For decades, the United States dominated the world's oceans with aircraft carriers, destroyers, cruisers, and nuclear submarines, the gold standard of naval power. Now the U.S. military is sending something dramatically different into combat. A 24-foot autonomous speedboat with no crew, over 1,000 nautical miles of range, and up to 1,000 pounds of payload. In July 2026, they actually used one. 3 Saronic Corsair unmanned surface vessels struck targets at Iran's Bandar Abbas naval base, hitting an Iranian submarine and a ship maintenance facility. First publicly reported combat use of U.S. one-way attack surface drones. The future of naval warfare stopped being theoretical. Before we get into it, if you're finding value in these breakdowns, hitting like and subscribing to Reach Defense Media genuinely helps us keep putting this kind of coverage out. We'd really appreciate it. Built by Saronic Technologies, the concept is straightforward. Small, fast boat, no crew, autonomous navigation, modular payload, at 24 feet long with speeds exceeding 35 knots and over 1,000 nautical miles of range. That's remarkable capability for something this size. The Iran strike wasn't the only headline either. Weeks earlier, an American Apache went down near the Strait of Hormuz. A Corsair located the downed crew and transported them to a recovery point. Same platform, completely different mission, which makes an important point. These aren't just kamikaze boats. Reconnaissance, search and rescue, surveillance, logistics, strike. The mission depends on what's in the payload bay. The economics are genuinely disruptive. Public reporting places the Corsair at around $1 million per vessel. A destroyer costs over $1 billion. The question isn't whether a small autonomous boat replaces a destroyer. It obviously can. The question is how many you could buy for the price of one, and what distributing that capability does to naval warfare. Losing an unmanned vessel doesn't mean losing a crew or $1 billion warship, which fundamentally changes the risk calculation for dangerous missions. The U.S. is already scaling up. Saronic received a $392 million Navy production contract. In May 2026, the Navy selected 7 companies, including Saronic, for its medium unmanned surface vessel marketplace, designed to rapidly test and scale autonomous systems. Saronic is also developing the 52-foot Mirage and the 180-foot Marauder, capable of carrying dramatically larger payloads over thousands of nautical miles. The Corsair may be the beginning of an entire autonomous warship family. The honest challenge is, autonomy doesn't mean fully independent combat decisions. These vessels still depend on mission planning, human oversight, and communication with the larger force. Electronic warfare is the biggest unknown. An adversary capable of jamming communications or spoofing navigation could degrade performance significantly. Iran is hardly the most sophisticated potential adversary. The real test would be a technologically advanced naval conflict against someone with serious electronic warfare capability. The ocean itself creates problems software doesn't fully solve. Weather, commercial shipping, fishing vessels, floating debris. The sea is a brutally complex environment for autonomous navigation, and payload remains an honest limitation. 1,000 pounds is impressive for a 24-foot hull, but tiny compared to a destroyer. The Corsair is a force multiplier, not a replacement for major combatants. The future Navy isn't choosing between destroyers and drone boats, it's combining both. Destroyers providing command and long-range sensors, submarines attacking from depth, and autonomous surface vessels pushing into contested waters to search, track, deceive, or strike. That distributed model makes an adversary's targeting problem dramatically harder. Ukraine showed how dangerous unmanned surface vessels can become against a conventional Navy. The US is combining that concept with something Ukraine's improvised drones weren't built around. A highly industrialized autonomous architecture designed to operate as a coordinated fleet. The Corsair's attack on Iran doesn't prove autonomous boats have replaced warships, but it proves unmanned naval combat has crossed another threshold. The experiment is no longer in a laboratory, it's happening in war. Ensure you subscribe to Reach Defense Media for more content like this.